Hey fish friends, Zenzo with Tazawa Tanks, back with another video. So I'm down in the fish room and just got done sorting out a bunch of Mbuna. So I moved like 45 Mbuna. What happened is my display tank upstairs, which has about 20 Mbuna, I noticed some fry in there. And I've been wanting to kind of rescape the tank anyway. I wasn't really happy with the way that the rocks were because it was kind of hiding some of the fish. So I said, well, to myself, I might as well just bite the bullet, take the tank apart, and catch all the fry. So I did that. I did a little time lapse. So I will go ahead and show you guys the fun I had.
So sorry for the glare. The lights are off in the tank and it's bright sunny morning here. One of the reasons why I'm going to do a rescape is I've created so many hiding spots in the back of the tank with different pieces of PVC which are hidden behind the rock and with the rocks themselves that oftentimes when I approach the tank I just can't see the fish because they kind of dart behind the rocks, and unless they think I'm going to feed them and then they see that I'm dropping food out, they'll come out. But otherwise, in order to observe this tank, I've got to kind of sit back on the sofa or stand back over here. I'm zoomed in right now in order for them to come out. So if I walk up to the tank or walk by, they kind of get skittish. I think it's because of the shadows and the lighting in the room. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around and move some of the rocks around and create kind of a structure in the middle of the tank. I probably will take some of the rocks out and just use them in other tanks downstairs or something. But another reason why I'm taking this tank apart is because I have a bunch of fry in there. This is my second batch of Mbuna fry that have come from this tank. And first I just saw one and I thought, well, maybe it's a lone survivor and I'll leave it alone and, you know, whatever, no big deal. But last night during feeding I saw a whole bunch, so I'm going to go ahead and take the tank apart and do a water change. It's been about 3 days since the last water change, so I'm gonna do a water change, and while I'm at it I'm gonna go ahead and pull all the rocks out, catch all the fish, catch the fry, and then put the tank back together. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit of time lapse here and share it with you. Well, that was quite the job. I ended up catching 25 baby Mbuna. So there are 3 albinos and 22 probably like a blue zebra or something. I won't be able to really tell what they are until they grow out. But you can see there, getting focus, quite a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and take these down to the fish room. I've got to move some other fry around and get a tank set up for these guys. So this is the tank that I put all 25 Mbuna fry in. Previously I had some peacock fry in this tank, and I moved those peacock fry over to this tank here. So now this tank has, I forgot how many, there's a lot in there, and there are a bunch of Mbuna fry in here. So, and if you're wondering what this these little bags are, and I have these in various tanks. I can show you, there's some there in the Burchardite tank. I've got one up in here in the other Mbuna tank. I've got a couple in here in this this grow out tank. And what these are pantyhose. So I just take pantyhose. I think that one might have been one of my wife's old ones or something, and then
This other one, I just cut up a bunch of pieces off of one of my daughter's old ballet tights or something like that, pantyhose, and I just filled it with crushed coral. So that has crushed coral in it. This one happens to have aragonite in it, but it just helps to keep an elevated pH level as you buffer your tanks for African cichlids. Here we are, and the tank is all put back together. The fish are swimming around, of course trying to figure out their new territories and things like that, but I'm happy with it. Still have the glare, so sorry about that right now. The only way to make that go away is to film at nighttime, and that's a long time from now, and I want to get this finished. But anyway, as you can see, I kind of moved the rocks around. Still have kind of 3 formations, but I did remove some of the PVC pieces that I had hiding, or had behind the rock work that allowed them to hide. And I put this biggest piece here in the middle. And if you can see here, again, I apologize for the glare, but underneath there are 3 PVC tubes that I hid underneath the rock here, just to kind of add a little bit of hiding places for them, a couple caves, and then of course this piece here is hollow, so they can swim in and out and all around it. So as you can see, it was a pretty quick clip just because the time lapse was so fast, but it was a lot of work. You know, it took me quite a while to, draining the tank and everything was easy, and removing the rock work is easy. I think I spent the majority of the time catching the fry. So catching the big fish, as you saw, was very easy. But catching the fry took a little bit more time just because they're so small and there were so many of them. I didn't realize there were so many. I originally thought there was maybe like 6 or 8 or so in there, because that's all I could see, and I ended up finding that there were 25. So pretty nuts. And then of course when I was putting the tank back together, I was unsure on how I wanted to scape it exactly, and so I was taking some time putting the rock work back together. But overall, I'm very happy with how it looks. I think the tank looks better, and now I have 25 more Mbuna fry that I can grow out. So anyway, that's all I had for this time. Just a short little video of the excitement I had of catching all this fish. So as always, I appreciate your viewership. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit that little notification bell so you know when I upload a new video, which I do twice per week. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.